Eddie, Anthony Sims Jr., great out there again. When can we see him back in the zone, and who can he face?
Probably in December. He has to have a big fight now, because otherwise he's going to end up probably going a bit stale. You know, he's an excellent talent, but I feel like he's someone that needs to be pushed and put under pressure. And I like the fights like against Rocky Fielding, against Martin Murray, you know, those kind of fights where we're going to find out a lot about Anthony Sims Jr. A lot of people go through those levels really well. I think he's 20-0 now. You only really find out once you take the bigger steps. And I'm excited to see him take those steps because I think he's got the talent. But it's time to find out.
Can he actually make 168?
He made 168 yesterday, well 168 and a half. He actually come in half a pound over. But he's made 168 for a while now. I was even talking to him about making 160, but he didn't like that conversation. He was at 175, he said he couldn't make 168. He makes it comfortably, although he was half a pound over, but 168 is definitely his division.
Talking about taking steps up, White Chocolate took a step up against Isaiah Sullivan, the guy we know what we've seen before. Absolutely blew him out. How fast do you want to bring in and when do you see him again and against a higher level of competition?
I think that it's fascinating watching all our younger fighters develop. Sometimes some people look good and bad. I thought Ofer Jones and Bayaslanov tonight looked quite average. I was a bit disappointed with their performances. And I thought White Chocolate looked fantastic at the Garden last week. I think he's probably up there with Ammo Williams as the one that's sort of catching everybody's eye right now. And they're all good because they're all competing against each other. Diego Pacheco looks really good. Spino looks good. But Nikita's got that little sparkle at the moment, that little following that's generating. So I think he's going to be a really good fighter. He's going to box on the KSI Logan Paul card. And he's getting to a stage now where a lot of these guys, you know, the first 5, 6, 7 fights, it's a nice experience. You know, some are gimme fights, some are a little bit difficult. They're getting paid for the first time, they're watching these checks come in. You know, you see a few cars for the first time on Instagram that they're picking up. But now it starts to get a little bit more serious, 8 rounds. You know, and we're happy to invest in make sure they progress at the right speed. But sooner or later for these guys, they're about 6 months away from finding out a little bit more about them in terms of what they've got and if they can actually progress to the next stage.
Does White Chocolate look okay when he won the hook?
Yeah, you know what? And I gave him a bollocking because he weren't fit, in my opinion. He came into the ring, and I know I'm not really one to talk, but he had a belly coming over his shorts, and I gave him what we call in the UK a bollocking. And I said, look at the opportunity these kids have got. We're flying them all over the world to learn, to get paid. Like, it's everything, every opportunity is there for them on a plate. All they've got to do is be good enough and work hard. That's it. So the moment someone's not working hard, the moment someone's cheating, don't expect us to work hard for you, and don't expect us to invest the money to give you all these opportunities. So I told him that, and I put him in with a strength and conditioner, Scooter, in New York. Shout out to Scooter. Danny Jacobs is conditioning a lot of the guys there, and he has beasted him for 2 months. And he came back in MSG and he was in. Like, the difference in physique and sharpness was on another level. It's very difficult with these kids, you know, all of a sudden they've got money coming in, they've got friends telling them to come out and do this and do that. But the only way you're going to make it is just to be completely narrow-minded and stubborn and boring. And just be completely focused on your boxing. A bit like Devin Haney.
So bringing him down to 154, that's
It's a must. It's a must. Easy.
It's him, Ammo, and Pacheco.
Yeah. Well, I think Pacheco, he's such a big boy. I mean, he's at 160. I see him at super middleweight really at 168. But they're like, some of these kids are like 19. You know, Ofer Jones is 18.
Yeah.
It's hard to be hard on them. But if you're put up there on live TV and everybody's championing your name, you've got to perform better than that in Ofer Jones' case tonight.
Put him in with Texas guy. Texas guys are tough.
Yeah, no, that's what we want. That's how you learn. But you've got to be better.
Hey, really quick, kind of a little off topic, but what are your thoughts on no context Hearn? I've seen you entertain it a little bit.
Yeah, it's maybe not everyone in this room knows what you're talking about, but it's funny. It's funny and it's entertaining. It's just like everybody's using it. So I'm walking down the street in the UK and people will just, you're that guy with no context, huh? But it's actually me. It's his fault.
You do realize that most people don't even know who you
I
are.
know. I know.
No, just being serious.
Yeah, I know, but that's good. That's good. It's like KSI Logan Paul.
The account has like over 250,000 followers.
I know. But it's like when I did on Monday we did the KSI Logan Paul press conference. We had 4,000 people turn up to the press conference. They don't even know who I am. They have no idea who I am. It's quite nice actually. Even though they were throwing Vaseline and contraceptions at me and all sorts. Well, maybe at Logan Paul. Yes.
Question about December 7th. This is a very volatile place to stage the fight. A couple of days ago, the U.S. is sending another 1,800 military troops just to prevent a possible war. Are you even sleeping at night, because anything can happen any minute there?
Yeah, I mean, again, we're pretty well assured, and I know anything can happen. Anything could happen in the UK next week, obviously at different levels.
Yeah.
But we're pretty well assured by the people there, and really we're led by the government, US, UK, who, right now there is no change in the travel status for tourists or people travelling to Saudi Arabia. It's not, the colour hasn't changed, the alerts haven't changed, and in 2 weeks' time, the WWE going with the Crown Jewel event with Tyson Fury. So, if there's any problems now, they don't exist because everything's business as usual. We are aware that at any stage, anywhere, and certainly in a region like that is possible, and we'd have to deal with that at the time. But right now,
Plan B? Or you're not thinking about it yet?
Not really have a plan B, but it wouldn't be difficult to switch it up to somewhere else. But that's really not the focus, and it would only be the focus if it was advised by the governments that one shouldn't travel there. But we don't see that as an issue right now.
And you mentioned Chicago for February. Do you think about the bi-weekly event in Chicago? Bi-yearly.
The weekend is bi-annually.
Twice
Two
a
events,
year.
yeah. I was just about to bluff about the bi-weekly event. I'm glad you said that, because now I'm thinking, what's the bi-weekly event in February? I was going to make something up, but February the 29th is a date that we're looking at here. We have a hold on the arena on February the 29th. So it's difficult to go to a place twice in a year with the schedule, but if there was a place we'd go twice to in a year, it would be Chicago. I mean, we've probably had our two biggest gates in this arena. Certainly tonight, outside of Joshua Rees, was probably the biggest gate we've had in America. So, it's a great city, and it's not as expensive for the production. That's what they told me earlier today. They were happy.
When you come back to Texas?
It's something we're looking at for December 13, actually. We are in talks with Chavez to fight Danny Jacobs, and that would be a big fight in Texas. So I was a bit disappointed with the gate in Texas, to be honest with you, for a fight of that magnitude.
Yeah.
And I know Mo's not massive in Texas, but I wanted to take it there to give our guy the home advantage. With the result, maybe we should have just gone to Fresno. But we had about 5,500. I just felt that was a great fight for Texas. But again, we're learning all the time.
Are you learning any new cities in the United States where you want to bring?
Yeah, I mean, there's loads. Even for December 13, there's Tucson. There's other cities in Texas as well. San Antonio. Even down in Hidalgo there, which we've done events there before. Atlantic City's being talked about. I've had events there before. Mexico's been great for us, obviously another country, but still, it's been amazing crowds. We had 12,000 there for Estrada. We'll be going to Miami in January, which is our first event in Florida, which I'm quite excited about. New York's great, but it can become a little bit saturated unless you've got a big event. I want to go to the Bay Area with Devin Haney. Obviously Vegas is always appealing, so yeah, lots to do.
Speaking of Devin Haney, what about a fight with Lomachenko?
Well, we're mandatory. We're mandatory. Devin's mandatory. And Lomachenko wants to fight the winner of Teofimo Lopez against Comi, which is December 14th. But really, realistically, that fight's not going to happen till May. So I'm saying, to Maurizio Sulaiman, surely he's not going to wait till May. So can't we just order the fight now? For me, building a young fighter like Devin Haney, fighting Lomachenko next is madness. And I believe he can beat him, I do. But he wants to, I can't get in the way of that. Him and Bill, his father, they want to fight him now. So I see it as huge risk with huge reward, and I do believe he can win the fight. But I would like him, he's 20. Imagine where he's going to be at 23, 24. But they want all those fights now. I'd like to see him fight Linares, Luke Campbell, these kind of guys, and then if he gets through those guys, then there's nowhere else to go but Lomachenko.